Hi friends, it's Belinda here from Be Making Joy, and welcome to the third week of my weekly Vlogtober post, where my main purpose is to keep you up to date with how I'm doing on the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. And this week I am behind. If you've seen me before, you know I'm in a different place now. I don't know if you can tell, that's the ocean behind me. We're vacationing in San Diego. So that'll be my excuse for falling behind. Yeah, because a couple of days leading up to our departure from home, we're busy with meetings and appointments and a funeral and a Sarah McLachlan concert. And then we left home Sunday morning. And obviously this shawl project is not an airplane travel knitting project, but it came with me to work on in the house. It's been in this, I've been trying to manage the yarn and not letting things fall off the needles. Anyway, this is the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. His theme this year is MusiKAL. And if you see my previous two posts, you know I bought the yarn in Amsterdam at his shop. You know that clue one were these scallops, these sound waves as he calls them, in keeping with his MusiKAL theme. And then clue two were these wavy stripes, which the sound waves are dissipating, I guess. And I added some mohair dare bits in there of 3 different colors of my mohair in the eyelets. Now clue 3 is driving me crazy. Clue 3 came out in 2 parts, and I'm not finished the first part. The first part, he says his inspiration is piano keys. So with my gradient of gray colors, I think it looks quite all right. On the final strip, it was built starting with this triangle and adding another strip. There's 9 strips total. I'm finally on the final strip. As we've been traveling, we've been leaving the house to explore San Diego, but we've been back here every evening for sunset, which I will put a picture in here of the beautiful sunset off this beach. So I've been working on it, but it's only 13 stitches on the needle at a time. You're working back and forth on them for 12 rows, and then you're changing the color, so strip by strip. So because of that, we have all these tails at the end. We had to break the color, break the yarn, and join a new color over and over and over again, all the tails. Which is what's driving me crazy. Also, because it's so few stitches on the needle, I was having trouble dropping my stitches, sliding off the needle. I'd be working and something would slip under my hip, and then when I go to turn the row, I'm yanking the needles out, and then the stitches would start to drop, and especially down that join, it was hard to pick them back up again. Down the join, if that starts unraveling, I get down into the next color pretty quickly and have to pick up my stitches where I can and start over. So glad it's finally finished this row. 1, 2, 3, 3 more rectangles and 1 more triangle, and then that section will be finished. And then part 2 of clue 3 comes back to these stitches that are on the needle, starts back down here and knits a row, and then picks up more stitches along this edge and out the edge of the piano keys to the tip, and then does something with those, a back and forth, mostly filling in this end, a couple of rows on this long end. So as I said, we still don't know the final orientation of the shawl, the final shape of it. I've totaled it up a couple of different ways. Don't know which way it's gonna go. My guess is it goes this way. So yeah, so the next section is a little wedge of, looks kind of like a basket weave. Check, look. At all these ends. I did do what he calls the weave and Steven. Itchy nose, my hair on my face. I did do what he calls the weave and Steven, which is just twisting it in behind your yarn as you knit. But with only 12, 13 stitches, there's only 12 stitches, you can wrap it around and then you still have the tails. And in my opinion, that's not enough. I would prefer to properly weave them in, but that's too many. But if I were doing that twisting method, I would carry on for 4 inches. So I'm gonna have to do something with all these tails to more securely anchor it, because if any one of those stitches comes loose, it's all gonna drop. So I've got that work cut out for me. Dan's out for a run this morning. He's been running every morning, and then we've been deciding what to do for the rest of the day. So I don't know what's on the agenda for the rest of the day, but I will work on this a bit. My project on the airplane was a new prototype, a second sample of my pillow design. I also brought with me Cassie's socks, and I did sit down one night this week and do a heel, so it's ready for on-the-go knitting if we ever go somewhere where I might be waiting in line or sitting somewhere. But other than that, we've been working on this. So Clue 4 dropped today, this morning sometime, in the middle of the night sometime actually, because it comes from him in Amsterdam. But I'm not going to look at it yet. I'm going to finish this row, finish that second wedge, and the wedge would be down here, yeah. And then look at the clue. Probably not till I get home, unless I stumble upon a lot of spoilers on Instagram in the meanwhile. But I haven't been spending a lot of time scrolling. Just when I go and post something, then I scroll a bit. Anyway, I guess that's all there is to report on you. My Inner Travels vlog is delayed because I haven't been able to find a place where I could do the voice over without the sound of the ocean in the background. It's a little quieter this morning, but it gets pretty loud. So my In the Travel vlogs are behind. But normally this is a knitting channel. Normally I'm sharing with you all of my knitting. So if you're new here, please, and you like knitting, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. And hopefully I will see you again soon.